Hey everyone, it's Jason, and this is your weekend cruise news update. And Carnival is banning Starlink. We have an update on the Royal Caribbean multi-plug fiasco. And could a strike affect your next cruise? So cruise story number one, and Carnival also updated their prohibited list this week, and you can no longer bring a Starlink Mini. So what happened is a YouTuber that goes by the name No Pants Profits was leaving from the West Coast on the Carnival Miracle and headed to Hawaii. He was out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean and he decided to do a test comparison. And I really appreciate this because I have thought about buying a Starlink Mini myself because we cruise often and I think that what the cruise lines charge for Wi-Fi and the speeds that you get are unacceptable. So he first does the comparison with the premium Wi-Fi package. He says it's the best package you can buy from Carnival. And he gets 3.5 up and 3.5 down. It's pretty slow. He even shows that the bar that was nearby could not get any signal for any of the ESPN or any of the channels. Then he hooks up his Starlink Mini. Now, if you haven't seen it, it has a little dish on it that's about the size of an iPad, maybe a little bit bigger. And he gets 123 down and 27 up. That's incredible speeds. Now he is up on the pool deck. He has wide open range. Pretty crazy. He shows this comparison. Well, the next day he gives an update and someone from Carnival Corporate, they weren't too happy about that. And so they demanded that the ship confiscate his Starlink Mini. So he asked for a receipt and things like that because Starlink Mini is about $600 and there's about a $200 a month charge for it. But can you imagine that? Now, in their ban list, it says satellite dish, not dish. And of course, they said that was a typo and they've updated that. But I think this goes to something that I've been seeing a lot, and many people believe that some of the cruise lines are what they call throttling down their Starlink. And you would go, why would you do that? And it's because the cruise lines can save money. They are basically maxing out what you can have. What a shame. They roll this Starlink out. They say it's amazing. It's going to be a game changer. You can work remotely off the cruise ship. And then you're getting 3-4 up and 3-4 down. Now, I know many people are going to go, who cares? I shut my phone off. But that's not what a lot of the marketing is towards people that work remotely. And there's some YouTubers, things like that, hey, you can come on our ships, you can work, and you'll be absolutely no problems. But it kind of says, I don't think so. That's not going to happen. And I've seen this. Celebrity Beyond, it was beyond terrible, the internet package. Now, we just got off the Ovation of the Seas, and I have to say, we were in Alaska. I thought it was going to be bad, and I was pleasantly surprised at how decent it was. It wasn't 123 down and 27 up, but it was about 20 and 20 at the most, and I can deal with that. I just think it's very interesting. People are paying hundreds of dollars and they're not being able to get any recourse off of it. And it's all because the cruise lines are like, well, it could be weather conditions, things like that. To me, showing this, sunny skies, total comparison, there's a problem there. And I think that exposed Carnival, and I think other cruise lines are doing this. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous that people are paying the amounts that they're paying, and they're not getting what the results they should be getting from this. It's like, to me, and I know this might be a weird comparison, you buy the beverage package and they go, oh, I'm so sorry, we're out of beer. Or we're out of Jack Daniels. What do you guys think about this? Can't wait to hear from you in the comments. So cruise story number two, and a little bit of an update from the multi-plug fiasco from Royal Caribbean. If you're not aware, Royal Caribbean this week said you can no longer bring multi-plug outlets, such as this. Now, many of us bring these. I've recommended them. They're still good for other cruise lines that we know of, but Royal Caribbean kind of put this vague verbiage out there, and they didn't say whether these are banned or not. So it is Saturday. A lot of people are reporting they got on ships, they brought these, had no issue bringing them. Some people went ahead and asked the crew, what's the deal with this new verbiage, multi-plug outlets? And they said the crew didn't even know. They said, we're not sure. It was kind of vague what we were told. They aren't sure whether it's just surge protected or non-surge protected. So others have said they brought this too. And I actually reached out to Royal Caribbean asking for some clarification. Have not heard yet back from them. Obviously, this is a Euro plug and it just converts to a US plug. But what I noticed is we were on the Ovation of the Seas 2 weeks ago and I didn't use any of the outlets. And even when I plug in, or Lori plugs in like her curlers, I make her pull that out and just plug directly in. That's just something that I've always said is probably the best thing. And I noticed that we just use USB-Cs and a USB-A. So I have reached out to Anchor. They said that this was not surge protected. It has 2 USB-Cs and a USB-A. I'll put a link in the description. You can find them on Amazon. I really like this. It's tiny. Look at how it fits in my hand. It's really small. So I really like this, and I'll probably bring a couple of them on my cruise because I just didn't use the extra outlets. What do you guys think of this from Royal Caribbean? Does this jam you up at all? Or is it no big deal and you'll just bring something like this with the USB-Cs and USB-As? Let me know in the comments. So before I get to cruise story number 3, I would ask that you please like this video as it does help the channel grow. Also, consider subscribing as we're on the path to 120,000 subscribers by the end of this year. If you can help me do that, I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks so much. So cruise story number 3, could your cruise be in jeopardy? So the Longshoremen Association is threatening a strike starting 12:01 on October 1st. Now, you may be like, what is the Longshoremen Association? The Longshoremen are 45,000 people that are responsible in these 36 ports in the East Coast, including Houston, that are responsible for unloading, loading ships, ship manifest, all kinds of things. It would put these ports to a screeching halt. So one estimate is 1 day would put them back 6 days. 1 week would be mid-November, and 2-week strike would be into 2025. It almost can't happen. And one of the things they're fighting is automation. So they believe that obviously they're trying to protect their jobs. They believe robots should not be doing the job of humans. Be interesting. Obviously pay is involved also. Do you have a cruise booked in October or beyond? Might be something worth listening and watching because this could have major effects, not only on the cruise industry, but hey, how we get our goods, all kinds of things. It's really going to impact the economy and the cruise industry if this goes into effect even a week. So I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for the support. I do appreciate it. And until I talk to you soon, happy cruising.